Happy Friday, Benzinga Nation. We got some lottos that we're going to play. Take a look at some charts while 13's got something in his coffee. I truly don't know what it is, but I hope it's nothing crazy that he's been drinking. But welcome to Live Trading by Benzinga.
Welcome to Benzinga Live Trading.
Let's see if this actually kind of comes back.
Way out of control, got way too high.
All right. Hey, I will take that. I will absolutely take that.
What is SPY going to do if it goes ahead and cracks 500? It was a question you asked me. Of course, you and I were talking about how they cracked 501 earlier in the pre-market. What are you thinking in terms of long term? Are we going to hit 520 first? Chat, and you can let me know as well. What do you think we hit first? 520 or 480? We're currently at about 499.55.
Yeah, it's pretty extended in the SPY. I've been saying for the longest time that we need to come in. So anytime now sounds about right. Just don't know when it is, because every time we think that that's going to happen, the market just rips higher.
And I believe we have a gap as well that we need to kind of fill right about there. So what is that? About 494.33, give or take. So we've got some movement down there to go ahead and take care of. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and talk some stocks, because yesterday we traded some of these. And then in the afternoon session, we had HOLO. I watched this puppy make a nice little move to the upside. I've got to trade these stocks at a lower time frame because a 15 just ain't it for some of these. Because I was waiting for the crack above 25. But as you can see, it never gave me the retest. It just went up. But chat, if you remember, we talked about the trend line and we said, hey, keep an eye on it coming right back up to test the trend line, and then you can go ahead and take a short position. And what do you know? Right around that trend line area, aka $35, it takes a hit and right back on down it goes. Good morning. What's up, Beach Bum? Can you riddle? No, I can't. It hurts my self-esteem. Becca, what's going on? Entertainment Life. All right, I like the little clown face. I'm curious how you entertaining yourself. But that's one stock that I definitely wanted to come on and talk about, is because we made money on this one yesterday, and we also wanted to make sure we talked about those trend line breaks. So let's go ahead and talk about the stocks you're looking at, my man, then we'll go around.
Well, sure. I got to give a shout out to Lynn and Randy, who is in I don't know if they're in the chat right now. There they are. They traded HOLO toward the end of the day in Power Hour. I had mentioned in Happy Hour chat that HOLO did look like it was about to make a run towards the end like it did the previous day. Sure enough, it did. Guess who got into that? Lynn Williams. They took that from about, oh gosh, you'll have to post what you did, but it was a huge win that they had on that stock. So shout out to them. They absolutely nailed that one. As far as what I'm looking at today, I noticed that we have Bitcoin now trading over $47,000. That has helped lift the stocks associated with it. So Mara, Riot, MSTR, CLSK, which I'm also going to get to in a bit. All those Bitcoin stock names are doing really well this morning. So those are going to be some trades that we'll have on the block today. Also, Trump won the Nevada and Virgin Islands primaries. So those stocks associated with him are volatile. That's going to be DWAC, DWAC, Fun, PHUN, and then a couple of broadcasting companies, GTN, which is Gray Television, and Sinclair Broadcasting Group, which is SGBI. And that's what I have for those movers. I also have some other smaller names that I'll get into real quick here. We have TOP, so that was mentioned in the chat briefly. This one doesn't have news, but this is a Hong Kong trading group. I don't know a whole lot about this company. It seems kind of junky. Got about 5 million share float. This is just moving because it can get pushed around. Don't know exactly what is moving this one. The next one I have is ILAG, ILAG. This had news yesterday just after the market closed. They're expanding their board of directors from 5 to 7, and they added 2 new ones. Not exactly sure how that's a big positive for them, but that's what was the only thing I could find that was pushing it. They have an 8.7 million float. Was there something you wanted to touch on top?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to, make sure I think it was, now I got to scroll up. Sally went ahead and asked, where did Money Mitch move to? He's locked in my basement. And I think someone else went ahead and asked the same question as well. Where are they? I want to make sure we didn't ignore folks in the chat. Where's the question? It was about Money Mitch right here a second ago. Jay Summers won the pool again on where's Mitch question. So, my understanding is that he kind of went MIA in the sense of it looks like he took a social media break on Twitter. And then I talked about this yesterday, how I'm excited to see the content that he puts out and what the next chapter of his life is. As he then came back on Twitter on the 7th of Feb and said, he's going to put out more videos like he did a great, tremendous, amazing job with his Crisis 2023 videos. So to answer your question, I'm not sure in terms of corporate life, but I know that he's looking to come back into the content game in the financial market. So follow the man on Twitter, Money Mitch BZ. Perhaps that handle will change. I'm not sure. But he's a good follow to talk about swings, sector watches, and different things like that. Something I got to get used to, chat, whenever I come on with y'all. So wanted to make sure we answered that. Yeah, I believe I believe he's doing well, but reach out to him, DM him. I'm sure he'd love to know that people miss him and are wondering when he's going to do any type of show, whether it's with us or otherwise. All right,
hopefully we can bring him back on. Maybe have a guest appearance with him now.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Would love to get his sector watches, his insights on the markets, and all that other good stuff as well. Let's go ahead and talk about Blink. This is a stock that I've been a fan of because of the breakout that we've been talking about. Yesterday, we said around 250. I texted a buddy of mine and I said, hey, this is a stock you got to watch. If it cracks 220, start thinking about this is going to end up being a loser. You lose at $2 floor and then you go ahead and got to get out. Well, now it's at 283. So that's a nice little bump of 30 cents, which is huge just based on the conversations we were having yesterday. That is, what is that? About a 17% move to the upside on BLNK. So that's looking solid for us. What was the other one that we traded yesterday? I believe it was SYRA is what it was. And looks like that kind of had a bunch of moves again in the late afternoon, all the way up to $8. Now let's see if we can go ahead and draw some cute little trend lines. Let's do this. We're going to knock this one out. Come on down here, go here, and, see if we can make something happen here. If it breaks this, so basically if it breaks $6, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to make some money on this one just like we did yesterday. Let me see what else we've got here in the what do we have? Oh, ARM. Boy, what a move ARM had. And now it's coming back to test a little bit of support area at this 108. This is what we were waiting for yesterday, for it to test the 108, 108.87 area. It just never quite could. And I'm not going to lie to you. Part of me wants to take a stab at this, but I wish it would have been kind of like around 112, and then it would have spiked down at the open and then make a move up. But the fact that it's already here makes me a little nervous, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about it, but I do want to go ahead and take a stab at it. So here's what I'm going to do. And this might not be the best thing to do just yet, but I'm going to go ahead and risk $100. I'm going to look to make $100 on this trade. And I'm not trying to sell short. Maybe I clicked the wrong button. One moment. See, this is why I can't trade in the morning.
ARM looks like it could go higher, but I don't know about right away. It does have a pretty high daily RSI right now, but if we can get to hold these levels, maybe hold 100, I could see it maybe take another leg up in the next week or something. There you go. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to my stop loss at 104.48 and see if we can move to the upside at around 113.17. Let's go ahead and take a look at Disney, and then I'll get to Palantir. I see you, Caleb, in the chat. Here is Disney. Once again, same thing. We're waiting for the test of 108. We never really got it. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go ahead and say, give me Disney for 100. I'm going to risk 100, look to make 100. That should get me right below VWAP. I like that. And then I might go ahead and say, you know what? Go ahead and give me another 100. So we'll risk 200 on this puppy and see if we can get a nice little move to the upside. You know what? Maybe we'll risk 50-50. Are we going to risk 50-50? We'll go 65-50 on this one here. And again, if you're just joining us, if you're new to the show, the funds that you see me trading out here, those are, real funds. You can see my trade station broker. You'll see me make money. You'll see me lose money. But the most important thing is you'll always see my thought process and the reasoning behind me taking such trades. And you can always let us know in the chat if there's anything you're taking a look at. Let's go ahead and take a look at PLTR. And then I'll come back to you, 13, in case you have any ideas. And knocking on the door of 25 we were yesterday. And we finally go ahead and break it. I do not still have my $21 call options that we bought together on Tuesday.
But you know, we had 300% gains. I can't keep being greedy. The market will go ahead and humble me. But that's the move on PLTR. Are you looking to play this in any way, shape, or form? Or are you just kind of like, hey, you know what? Good luck 25 plus.
Yeah, good luck 25 plus. This is another extended stock, and I was watching this yesterday, trying to get above 25 and stay up there. You can see from your price action toward the end of the day, it was having a real hard time, and then finally gave up. But it got that 25 print this morning in pre-market. So this thing can run for all I care. I think there's some other more interesting names that I'd rather trade, and I'll just get to those right now because we had some earnings. We'll start with Net, since I saw that. EKS had mentioned that. This one also received coverage for a $135 price target. Now, this isn't going to be one of these low float movers. This actually has a 262 million share float and a little bit of short interest, 6% with 5.43 days to cover. But this one is really moving in the after they reported earnings, and it's still moving pretty well in pre-market. So this is on deck for today. Another one that I mentioned earlier, CLSK, they also had earnings. Now, I haven't had a chance to go through the entire report, but it seems as though they actually have turned a profit. And that's big news for this company, since they have been losing money for a while. And they have a 190 million share float, so not necessarily a low float mover, but they did have a bit of short interest, just not very many days to cover. So I wouldn't put too much stock in the short squeezing this. But this does have a really good earnings report, it seems, and this is also linked to Bitcoin, so this is on deck to move as well. And finally, INBS is the other one that had earnings. This is a low float mover. They have 726,000 share float, and they just recently did a reverse split, a 1-for-12 on January 29th. So those are the ones that I have there. And I saw that Door was also getting mentioned. They did get bought out for $133 a share in an all-cash deal. I forget who the company was, but they are getting acquired. So I don't think that's a trade that I would take.
All right. Solid information there. Taking a look at Net. That one does look nice. It's interesting. If you guys notice, I've got a yellow line. I used to use yellow lines to draw out my support and resistances. Now you see me use a purple line, I believe is what it is. But the reason I bring that up is because somewhere months ago, I went ahead and drew this resistance area of 159, and lo and behold, I didn't plan this. I didn't, that's exactly where it wanted to kind of go ahead and bounce from. So we'll see if it wants to come back and test 160 or not. But so far, it's moving to the upside. Disney, as we mentioned, is another stock. Look for it to come back and test the 108s and then possibly make its way right back on up to the upside on Disney. We're risking about $164 on the trade itself, looking to make approximately a 1-to-1. And then the other one was ARM, ticker ARM. We're looking to purchase it right out the gate, if we can, at approximately 109.17. And if we get that nice little buy, we'll see if it wants to make a move to the upside. Your previous close, I believe, is going to be approximately 113.86. So the first resistance level to me is going to be VWAP, which will be right around here. And then you'll have your previous close, which will be about 113.81 or so. And that's where I've got a couple of resistance to go. We will see how things play out. MLGO, I believe this is one that you traded yesterday. Any thoughts on this one coming into today?
MicroAlgo. I don't know that I would. This isn't particularly the thing that I like to trade. It's under $1. Notice that we're getting a pretty big drop compared to yesterday, but I think that's interesting for a bounce trade. I just don't know about this one. I'm probably not going to touch this one.
Yeah. Yesterday on this stock, we said, hey, we would purchase it at around $1 and risk 20 cents. And that's kind of what played out well, right? You had a test right here at the $1, 20-cent risk would have been kind of up down here. And then you had a nice little move to get you the 1-to-1 as well. I just realized I don't have my phone. I don't know why I pretend like important people call me. But sometimes it's nice to, anyway. Let's see what else we got. Any tickers in the chat that you guys want us to take a look at? We can look at the Usual suspects in the terms of NVIDIA. That one's looking to make new highs. Again, cannot get out of the range and hit it to the upside of 710. That's where we're looking to go. We're going to set an alert in case we do that. If it goes, and it's Lotto Friday, baby, if it goes ahead and cracks 710 on NVDA, that could be a little bit of a fun aspect for us to play to the north side. Let's go and take a look at META, Meta, aka Facebook. All right, this could be a fun one to play. Here's what's going on, chat. This is a 30-minute on Meta. You've got support right here. You've got support right here. Then the support cracks pre-market on Monday, and it comes back and acts as resistance. Then on Wednesday, acts as resistance. Then on Thursday, doesn't even come close to hitting the 471.64. Now the question is, now that we're above in the pre-market, is it going to come back down to test it? My answer is going to be yes. I'm going to purchase approximately 100, and I'm going to purchase 50 shares on Meta and then risk $100 on each way. So we've got a couple of trades out, chat. We've got a trade out on Meta waiting to be executed if it hits the 471.71. And that's just us saying, look, you got to come back and test your support area, right? You got to test your previous resistance and give us a chance to get in. That's the play that we've got on Meta. That's exactly the same methodology that we're using here on Disney to get in at about 108.06 and 108.10. And then I believe it was ARM, similar strategy as well. ARM is actually cheaper than where we want to buy it. So this one, I'm not the most confident about, but I'm going to put money where my mouth is, and we'll see if we can risk $117 to make approximately the same to the upside. Well, Sun W stock that we've traded quite some time, but I don't know if I think it might have been like a little bit higher when we traded this because, yeah, typically we don't trade these type of stocks, but someone brought it up in the chat. What are you thinking here? To me, it's quite simple. You've got the VWAP right there. You've got the previous resistance. I think for 15 cents is your hold. If it breaks and if it cracks 13, you get out. So you're risking approximately 2 to 3 cents to the downside in hopes of at least getting that 1-to-1 to the upside and possibly knocking on the door of 20 cents as well. You have any different opinion than me here?
No, solar stocks are just kind of out of favor right now, along with EVs. It's also going to be really sensitive to rates. So if we're not getting cuts soon, like some people think we're getting them in March or May, since that's kind of going out the window, I kind of see some more downside in some of these names that are sensitive to rates. So this is just one of those that I just probably wouldn't touch, especially since it's under $1.
All right, there that is SOUN. We'll take a look at this one, and then we'll look at Paycom here in a second as well. All right. What do I think about this one? I'm not sure I have any opinion on this one, to be honest.
Well, it's got AI in the name, so there you go.
Oh, yeah. So, so here's the thing. If it's got AI in the name, it should be way above, like, why is it not? Speaking of which, so I'll answer this and then I'll move on to my other thought here before I mumble jumble around. It's obviously moving, right? It obviously has a beautiful volume that came in yesterday. I don't know what the news is, but beautiful move to the upside here. Now you've got above $2. I would love to play this around $2 and risk 10 cents. If you believe we can knock on the door of 210 and possibly 215 and hit this trend line here as well. So the way that I would trade this, if I were to trade a stock such as this one, is I would try to get in at around 2. So if I want to buy 300 shares of this, right, the way that I would do it is I would buy it at 201, $2, and $1.99. That way my average price is approximately $2, and then my stop loss would be the crack of $1.90. My first target on the 200 out of the 300 shares would be 210. And then I would try to scale some out at 215, give or take. That's the strategy I like to use when I get into stocks like this. It's a little tougher to plan it out that way and execute it when you're trading live and you got to click a bunch of buttons and talk to a bunch of people. But that's the way that I would go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and take a look at MasterCard, MA. Consolidation here. What are you seeing? Let's see. So right there.
I mean, I could see a case where it moves up from this consolidation. I'm just being very cautious with some of these financial stocks. I don't think well, we just had this report come out about how household debt is at all-time highs. I think we're at over 17 trillion right now. That's not a headline or report I really want to see and think, oh, I'm going to go trade, a credit card company.
Yeah.
So this isn't for me at the moment. I want to see. I like to buy stocks when they're at their weakest or they're showing weakness. And this one's strong right now. This isn't something I would buy at the moment.
Alrighty, well, for MA MasterCard, that's the range that I've got. You've got about 450, 422, 663, 87. So you've got almost a $10 range. Call it that. And I've got alerts set on both ends. If it pops to the upside, there's your move. If you want to go to grab some calls, your risk would probably be about $2. My risk would be about $2. And then if it goes to the downside, I would look for the test of 450 on ticker MA MasterCard. You're in. Hold on. Oh, SOUN, you're here at $1.86. Yeah. I was like, woman? Got it. Understood. Because
great trade if you got a MasterCard at $1.
I had to look and I was like, am I covering the right ticker on this one? By the way, chat, I believe we hit 120 likes yesterday when we asked for 123. We'd love it if you could go ahead and smash the like if you like the type of content we're doing. And I promise you, things are happening. We are looking to, thank you, AT. I appreciate that. We're working hard behind the scenes, AT, myself, 13, Ryan, and we've got shows cooked up for you that we want to start releasing next week, hopefully. And then throughout the week, continue rolling them all. Different guests, different styles, different strategies is what we want to bring to you and have live trading be more than just 9 to 11 and incorporate different things like that in that aspect as well. We've got Tech Tune Up today as well. I believe that's with my man Paul. I think that's what is that? It's like a new tech sector show with Paul. Talks about all things tech. I got a chance to watch the premiere episode, debut episode, and that was fun. And that'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's see. Thoughts on LUV. Man, I used, fun fact about LUV, Southwest Airlines. I applied there for 16 internship positions in college, and I got rejected from each and every single one. Like just back to back to back. It was like rejection. But I still love them, though. Let's see what we've got in terms of the chat. 32.79. That's where I believe earnings should have happened. Yep, there you go. You got the nice little price bump. So that's the resistance area that I currently see. Let's go to the 4 hour and see if there's anything else that we need to kind of be into consideration with. I'd say 32.79 or 33 break. You can go ahead and try to play this one to the upside. And then you've got your next resistance levels, I would say around 33.51 or so. This just isn't a type of stock that I trade typically unless it's got some good news or bad news, because it doesn't really move that often in my taste of opinion. Sometimes I get bored watching paint, but again, it did move $1. So like, who am I to speak on that? We've got about a minute and a half here before the bell opens. You got anything for me?
So with Southwest, it's really hard to trade airlines. They can either make or break you sometimes. But what I'm seeing here with Southwest on the daily chart is that we're about to get the 50 to cross the 200 SMA to the upside. That's a golden cross, and that tends to indicate that there's some more upside ahead. So if I was doing this for a year or longer, it probably seems like it would be a good idea to pick some up. I just want to see it get past the 500-day SMA, which is currently at about 34.69. But for a long-term trade, this looks better than what I would do in the short term.
You've got CNTA letting us know in the chat is Market Sniper letting us know CNTA is up 20% on data news. So here's the thing, chat. If you're interested in something like this, I always look at the $10. So here you can see it had a little bit of a tough time, but we can possibly break this 869, which we have, as you can see, pre-market. So if you're trying to buy this, that's the one area I would look for a retest. The second one, of course, is my lovely $10. So quickly, my thoughts on how I would play this. If I was interested in playing this, I would grab shares at around 870 and risk approximately 60 to 70 bucks on this one, or I would wait for the crack of 10, which is what I'm going to do here. But you know what? I'm going to try to put money where my mouth is and see if I can go ahead and grab 100 shares and risk 100 bucks on this puppy as well. But I do have a lot of other trades, so I might say I'm too broke to take this trade. And it says, no, I am rich enough. We are good. We got a lot of trades going on right now. You've got Disney. So chat, you're going to hear my alerts go off. I'm sorry. I'm not, because I'm not muting them anyway. I love the sound of them. We're about less than 30 seconds away from the opening bell. Oh, 10 seconds. Look at that. Let's go. We've got Disney. Actually, ARM is probably the one that's going to go ahead and, ooh, this might be a dumb trade. Oop, canceling. Yep, cancel. There we go. Canceled ARM because it's already so low. Did I cancel it in time? Yes, I did. Did not get filled. So we saved ourselves some money on that one. We were vigilant. Oh, look at that. ARM just, oh, nope, I lied. It did fill me. What jerks. Okay, cool. Now that we're in this situation, how do we protect ourselves? To be honest, I'm just going to go ahead and get out and limit my losses because I didn't like the way that it was acting right before we went out So I'm down. Like I said, this is real money. That's 32 bucks. That's a triple dipper and some, triple chocolate meltdown at Applebee's or Chili's, wherever they sell that. But what I will look to do is try to buy some. Here, let's do this. I'm going to try to buy 15 shares and risk about $100. Just call that. And then I will try to buy some more at around this price, buy another 10. Actually, I feel like I can buy more if my risk isn't that great. Hang on one sec. Sorry, you can let me know if you got anything going on, buddy, but I'm going to...
No problem. I'm just kind of looking around, seeing what's moving, just kind of waiting for setups. One thing that I've been adding to my position in is ACHR. Every time this goes under 5, I've just been adding to my position. We're up to 534 now. That one's doing really well. I want to see maybe 650 before I start shaving a little bit off. Just trading around that position, ACHR. Zim is another one I'm trading around. That one went underneath 12. Picked some of that up, some more of that up yesterday. I want to see above 15 before I start shaving that.
All right. Looks like we've got an alert on Meta, ticker META. We did go to get filled at our 471.71 to the downside. So our thesis was this. Whether we're right or wrong, we'll find out here together live on live trading. Our thesis was this. You had resistance. Excuse me, you had support that turned into resistance on Meta. Then you had resistance once again on Wednesday. And then we wanted to see, is this going to go ahead and hold on to as support? My first line of defense is this 471.64. My second line of defense is this 470, as that's the previous close. Clearly, nice little bounce from the second defense. Hindsight, maybe I should have waited. We're not going to get out of this trade unless we just get triggered out, and that's going to be at 469.71. And of course, chat, remember, this is not financial advice. This is me just trading, and you just get to watch and hear our analysis on that side. Let's see what's happening with Disney, because we wanted that to test back. Nowhere near testing the 108.10 area. By the way, Snapchat.
Looks like all the Bitcoin names are going lower out of the open.
Yep.
INBS, that one's moving. That's the one that had earnings, a recent reverse split, and a very low float, under 1 million, 726,000 shares. That's moving pretty handily. Next level I have for that one is 375.
Let's see here. Ooh, baby, look at this. So the first line of defense works out. No, excuse me, did not work out on Meta, but the second line of defense did work out in the aspect of 410. Now we want to go ahead and see if we can get a move to the upside. Now, I'm a little worried about this one. I'm a little worried that we may not get our target of 473.71, but this is a trade that I put on. I don't see any real reason to get out of it just yet, but I do understand that this might end up being a loser. But what a beautiful bounce from that 470. Maybe I should have been a little bit more patient, but I'm happy with this. I'm happy with this trade. Typically, what I would have done, chat, is if I know that I want to grab 50 shares, I would have grabbed 25 here, 25 at around 470, 20 or so. I didn't do that this time, obviously, but let's see how this trade kind of plays out. Are you in anything at the moment, or anything you want me to eye on?
No, just seeing that those Bitcoin names that I was mentioning just rebounded. Just wanting to see if this is worth taking a stab here, if we can get a higher print than we were making at pre-market. 24.63 is what I have for Mara. Just kind of watching at the moment, looking for setups.
All right, moving to the upside is Path, ticker PATH, looking to break out above this 25.50 area in the pre-market highs. We'll see if it gets a chance to do just that. AEP, born to be free. Nothing's happening there.
Right, I'm going to take take a stab at LAES.
LAE what?
LAES. I'm going to start here at $3. I'm going to try for a break above 315. That's the pre-market high.
All right, cool. Let's see if we go ahead and all right, I've got that chart up for you. I'm going to add it here so I can easily go back to it. LAES.
And I'm going to set my stop at let's set it at 295, which is coming up pretty quick here.
Money, money, money. Money. Wet G. What is up with you and Wet G, baby?
I saw him mentioning that earlier.
I'm just kidding, man. If you're making money on it, you're making money on it. So how are you trading this one? Because I see you talking about it, but how are you trading this one? Are you waiting for the breakout above 4? Are you just getting in with a stop loss below the crack of 3? As you do have wet G that is halted. You are absolutely correct. You can see the zeros, the triple zeros on my screen. I think Jay Summers is a trustworthy individual. So we've got that from him as well. What is it? EFSH moving. Yeah, it's moving wildly. The way that I'd get into this stock is a break of 160. Pretty simple. You had the high of the after hours yesterday. Don't know if they have any news on this. Don't know if it's a pump and dump. I don't know anything about it. I'm not going to trade it. What I am going to go do is go back and look at my L trade on Meta. Still hanging out around break even. We need to have this one move all the way to the upside. Disney, by the way, never gave us a chance to go ahead and purchase some shares at 108. ARM, I don't think is anywhere near $100. No, it's not. It's all the way up at 106s, 107s. But I want to play that bounce for sure on ARM off of the $100 level. I am intrigued. I am interested. I might actually even play some lotto. So let me go ahead and pull up my handy dandy E-Trade. Where is my E-Trade notifications or my E-Trade platform?
I'm raising my stop in LAES. I can't lose on this trade now. We're making our way through the 200 EMA on the 5 minute.
Very nice. Let's see. .arm 240209 sees $100. All right. I've also
LAES.
Sorry, let me put that up for you. LAES.
Raising my stop to 310 and I'm out. That was a good trade.
Nice. Nice. So walk me through again. You got in where?
At $3.
And so you got in over here. Okay, I'm gonna put up the minute chart just in case.
And well, now it seems to be going even more. But I just only wanted 10 cents. I was trying to go for the 315 and I just was raising my stop so I wouldn't lose on it. But it was looking like, there's a whole bunch of EMAs I'm looking at, and we're getting close to crossing. And for me, when I was getting in, this was right about where VWAP is. And I tend to take trades that are at VWAP and look like they're going higher or look like they're going to go return to VWAP. So I just started at VWAP, and I was looking for the 200 EMA break on the 5 minute. And I got that, and then it came back in and stopped me out. So I got 10 cents out of that trade. Not the 15 I was looking for, though.
Gotcha. Let me go ahead and apparently I need to sign up for some real-time subscriptions on E-Trade because I haven't been there in a minute, but that's quite all right. What I was looking at was ARM, ticker ARM, to see what the $100 calls would be like. And currently they're trading at 760. And the reason I was eyeing them is in case I wanted to purchase them along with my shares as a lotto play, if you will, if it came down to $100, currently trading about 107. So we've got some time till then. Meta still just hanging out around break even. Let's go and take a look at HOLO. $20 is still your floor there. So even pre-market, $20 hasn't cracked it. If you're looking to go long, I think you got to set your stop loss at 119, but you got to be very mindful that if you get a huge spike down and you're in a halt fest, that's not great news. So you want to make sure that you take on less shares and take on a little less risk than you typically would. And you also want to make sure you smash that like button as Meta to the downside it comes. Let's go and check out the Qs. See what's happening there. Nothing for me to go ahead and play. Nothing that I personally like. And what a nice little bounce. About 50 cents or so from our previous resistance and support lines at 498.51 on the SPY. And it's not because we're magical. It's just because we look left and you see resistance there. You see resistance at that same level. And we're hoping that that resistance turns into support. And unfortunately, we show you our profits. We show you our losses. And that's an L that I took on Meta. So that's a L trade for me. Lost about $100 on that one.
Wiz is saying top. We mentioned that one earlier. This one has no news, but it's got a 5 million share float. So this one's easily moved around. Looking like we're getting a push up here to the pre-market highs of 777. Will we push through it? We could definitely try. Let's see what we get.
Oh, there you go. Speaking it into existence. Gets a little bit of volume. Gets a little bit of a pop. 764, looking to break the pre-market highs of approximately 70.80. Do I hear 775? There's 775. Do we hear 778? 778, not really happening. Oh, there's 777.
Yep. Great job, Wiz.
Great call out. Nice, great timing on that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at PayPal. Ticker PYPL. Whew, nice little green candle to the upside there.
Oh yeah, this one was absolutely smacked down off their earnings. So this, I was looking for a bounce in this one yesterday and didn't get it. So it looks like it's trying to provide that today.
Where would I play this though? I genuinely don't know how I'd play this one short. I mean, there's no like, aha, this is the level that I would play it off of. 58.64 perhaps, but you've also got 59. I'd say in this range of 58.50s and 59s, and if it cracks 60, I'd get out. But to be honest, like you mentioned, possible dead cat bounce. Where'd the comment go? There we go. EKS mentioning a possible dead cat bounce. Not sure how I'd play this one, but that's just a level that I see. Not something I'm going to trade, just simply because I don't think I have the best strategy on it. Let's go ahead and take a look at TSLA. That is Tesla moving to the upside here. Again, that previous close coming into play as it does go ahead and save them at 189.56. And unlike my meta trade, it hits the previous close and just starts to rocket to the upside. Let's go ahead and take a look at the 4 hour and see if there's any levels that we like.
INBS is going.
Let's see.
Ooh, yeah, it is. Look at that one go.
Tesla, I'm not quite sure how I would go ahead and play this one either. I apologize. Don't want to give you anything that I wouldn't personally try to take. INBS.
For Tesla, I think 194 is a resistance level. That's what I have on my chart.
Yep, 194. You and I are on the same page. What was I looking at? INBS.
Yeah, we had a nice pop all the way up to 454. Came back in. Not sure where it's going to go from here or what support levels it's going to run into, but it's trying to negotiate staying above 4, and it's not really looking like it's working out for it right now. Oh, there it goes back above 4. So we'll see. 4 may be the level for INBS in the short term.
See if we get a little bit of a move. Now, ARM just continues to go up. The contracts that I wanted to purchase are not going to give me a chance to purchase it at 100 because they're like, we're just going to continue moving on up. Now, here's the thing, though, chat. Is 108, I'll call it 109. Is 109 going to be resistance for this one? Right? So 108.87 to 109-ish. Is that going to end up being resistance? We shall see. We'll take a look at Sun W, and then we'll go to Meg L. Sun W. All right, cool. There's your move. We set a stop loss on this one was what, 12 cents? So you almost got stopped out. You risked about 3 cents to the downside. There's your 3 cents to the upside on Sun W. So if you got a chance to play that, congratulations on that one. Let's go ahead and take a look at MEGL. All right, so $1, right? I mean, look, for me, it's very simple. If you break $1 on the 5-minute, and if you can get a retest around there at around $101.99, I'm in. If you go ahead and break 89 cents on this one, I'm out. I'll take the L and I'll move on with my life. My first target is going to be about 108, 109. As you can see, that was a pre-market high on MEL, aka Magic Empire Global Limited.
It really does look like there's a lot of bulls that want $1. And we just keep getting it smacked down every time it gets up there. But I don't think that's going to last with how many times it keeps getting that level keeps getting attacked.
Yeah, here's SoFi. I hate trading SoFi just because its range is not that great. But I guess that means you can grab more shares and still have the same amount of risk reward. But sometimes I feel like I'm watching paint dry. Take a look at the 4 hourly. The levels that I've got set from previous trades in the past that I've taken is 880. So we'll see if it goes ahead and knocks on the door of that. And if it cracks, then possibly breaks $10. I know this was a lot of volume came in when there was discussions about student loan forgiveness, this, that, and the other. But for now, I'm not going to go ahead and play it. And it looks like something just went ahead and happened for me, and that is Disney. We are in Disney. So look, we are taking L's today. We took an L in ARM because our fill that we wasn't supposed to get filled because we canceled it, whatever. And then we took an L on Meta. And now we got the same strategy that we tried to use on Meta here on Disney, which is just simple. Waiting for the previous close to come back and act as support. Excuse me, waiting for the previous resistance to come back and act as support. We'll see if it's to be true or not. Now I've got 200 shares. My stop loss, as you can see. And again, if I win, if I lose, you'll see it here. We'll be very transparent with it. No hiding, no nothing. Market feeling sluggish. How was the date? The date went very well. We had a good time, but I had to make sure I came back and hung out with you guys, so you're welcome. Priorities. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. AT was like, hey man, can you come on the show tomorrow? And I was like, how do I tell him I might be at someone else's place? But I was like, yes, buddy, I got you.
Looks like snow is starting to move here. Got a big green candle a few minutes ago, and now we're producing another one.
Snow.
Apologize for my phone. It likes to do that.
So is that like your text notifications?
That's my notification sound. Yeah.
Okay, got it. I didn't know if you worked like
with computers. Yeah.
Well, in the sense of like, I don't know, first to me, I have a buddy of mine that we get on calls at night, and he works at the Warner Brothers studio. So sometimes he'll get walkie-talkied in when something goes wrong. So that's the first thing I thought of. I was like, where are you at right now? But anyway, snow. Man, I got to see if there's any like options coming into this one if I wanted to play it. But besides that, not really anything crystal clear that I'd want to go ahead and play on this one. And chat, this is why you want to respect your stop losses. My stop loss was right here, right below the 470 level. If I was like, I'll just hold on to it. This thing went all the way down an additional $1.50 than where my stop loss was. That's why, look, if you're wrong, you're wrong. You live to fight another day. It's that simple. NVIDIA.
Hey, what happened to
NVDA? What's up?
Oh, I was just asking. We had a gentleman ask about INBS, or say that it was moving. If they caught all that move that we just had up to 455, great job and good call out. Hope,
I don't know if that move happened. Yeah, I don't know if that move happened before I put it on my charts or afterwards, but if you got it, then that's obviously awesome. What's up, Mystery Man? Good morning to you, Rick. What's going on? Jane letting us know that top has been halted down. And indeed it has. There you see the move to the downside. That is now your new low. Sun W rejecting resistance. Looking to see if we can break out of that 22 area. But for now, it's knocking on the doors of 22. So there's your trade that we talked about, right? Risking about 3 cents to the downside, getting your 1-to-1, and then you go ahead and scale out at 20. I would have been all out of this one if I went ahead and played it, but I was too busy playing with Mickey Mouse here, as that one isn't looking great either. Am I really about to go 0 for 2 today? Quite possibly. Let's see. Anything else? Anything else, chat, that you're seeing?
I'm just waiting to see if LAES is going to provide another move. It could. But the volume has slowed down a bit, so I want to see if we get more expansion than that. Snow may have topped out from that move it was having just now. We'll see if that goes any higher. Other than that, I'm just not seeing a whole lot of other things that I'm interested in trading. PayPal is actually still trying to push higher. We have a pre-market. I have a pre-market print that I don't know if it's accurate or not, but 58.37. I don't know what you have.
Give me a second. I can respond to some slacks here.
Sure. Oh, yeah. We also had a mention earlier about POW. If we get over $3, I think it was being said that it could be interesting. Yes, Market Sniper could be something if we break $3. I'll be watching for that in POW.
Taking a look at SOUN. Haha, look at this one. We talked about that $2. We talked about the previous high that you had. So we said, hey, I'd buy it at 201. I'd buy it at 2. I'd buy it at 199. And you'd have an average price of 2. And then you go ahead and have a move to the upside, wait for about 210. And then you get extra butter at 215. That one goes ahead and works out to the upside. Man, I really just got to take these small cap shares and not these blue chips that I've been playing, because I ain't doing too well on them today. Good morning. Hey, what's up? What's up, Rustam? Appreciate you, man. Hopefully, you'll see a lot more of me. Maybe not on this show, but we've got other things lined up for you guys and gals. What was I about to look up? ARM looking to reclaim the 109 level.
SMCI still saying, hold my beer, I can go higher. Putting a new high at 734.72.
Hold my beer.
Yeah, just, I don't know about that's right, Rick. They did have earnings yesterday, and earnings didn't look too bad. Still, actually, I think the best part about the earnings was their gunbroker.com segment. That seems to have some pretty good growth in it. So they had a lot of daily users on there and a lot of new users. So I like that segment of their business.
All right, let me go back here and take a look at there's a lot of tickers here. Whoa. Hang on. ELSK. That's CLSK. See, I know my man AT's in the back. Like, bro, you got to get your tickers right. Causing issues out here.
It looks like it has a steady fall. We're getting a bounce.
I was going to say
5 EMA.
Yeah, I was going to say if I were to make an entry, it'd be right around 12.54, which it just bounced 40 cents from, so I'm not going to get in now. But my stop loss would have been the crack of 12, so I would have risked 50 cents to get 50 cents on this one here.
Yeah. I think you might be right about that. INBS is holding up pretty well. I just don't know if this level that right here that we're at in about 390 is better than 375.
We're feeling a little risky and frisky. So I'm going to go ahead and grab 200 shares here at 401 on ticker INBS. Stop loss for me is going to be a break of approximately 350. That's me risking 50 cents to gain 50 cents. It's 100 to 100, 101. We'll see how this one plays out. And here is my Disney trade up 5 cents. Don't ever say I'm not a profitable trader.
Good morning, Richard Judge. Yeah, that's good info on GTN EKS.
DS said I will wait at 350. Are you saying you're going to buy my shares when I get stopped out? Is that what you're telling me here? Is that what you are telling me, my friend? All right. So we're 18 cents in the money.
DWAC's at an interesting level. It just bounced off of about 46, close to 46.50 after opening down. We're at an area of resistance here, and it could, if we can get through this and get up to over 48.50, we could probably see $50 again.
DS, he says, yup. Or
yep.
She says, they say.
It looks like it's more pronounced like yeep.
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 Are you going to screw me and take my shares that I get stopped out of? Yeep. Good morning, Richard. What is going on?
Yeep.
Dude, I don't remember what ticker I was in. INBS, I think it was. All right, there we go. Ah, look at that, baby. Come on. You know what? I'm a little scared. I'm not going to get this 50, so I'm going to move this to like 45 because I'm a chicken. Come on. Come on. But now that this is kind of making a nice little move, I am going to move my stop loss to risk 385. If it breaks 385, I'll be out. But come on. Give me the 445. Colt 45 and Tuesday. I don't know. It's a great song. Can we play songs here? Can we play random songs? Oh, come on. Give it to me, baby. Tell
all
mom
right.
I'm not a total loser. Shout out to who was it in the chat that brought INBS to our attention again? Who is it?
I mean, that was one of the ones that we were talking about this morning that had earnings.
Can you riddle? I can't, but I can trade when you give me insights like this one. Appreciate you. We're clawing back a couple of our losses. Now we're down about what, $50? I think we are. We're down $20. Who's on the $20 bill?
Jackson.
Is it bad that I don't know that? Chat, did you know that? Chat, do you know who's on every single bill? I'm talking $1, $2, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100. Or did I just have...
I'm trying to think of who's on the 10, but I know who's on all the other ones.
Okay, cool. So it's not like it's a me problem. By the way, Disney, yes, sir. Come on up. Keep on going. All right, Rick knows. Webcoin doesn't. If you're enjoying
financing deal with DWAC.
Oh, what a beautiful we talked about the 194 being resistance on Tesla when someone asked about it earlier, and you get a smackdown of about 60 to 70 cents right from that level. Now, if you're interested in playing this one to the upside, I would see if you can get your entry around 192.55-ish, with the stop loss being maybe about $1 to the downside. But man, really would love Disney to just crank this puppy up. To the upside we go. Like, come on, just test VWAP. That's all I'm asking for. You know, by the way, I am going to move my stops and everything on Disney because that VWAP is going to be a tough thing to get over, and I want to make sure I position myself properly with my risk and my reward.
Bitcoin fell beneath 47,000, so naturally all the stocks associated with Bitcoin are also coming down a bit as well.
All right, here's HOLO from that $20. Looking to hold on to that as support. Bro, I've been getting
INVS is finished yet.
Way too many of these spam calls. Like, it is ridiculous how many I get. It's the same company too, just with different numbers. So like blocking it doesn't do anything. You know what? Yesterday I asked one of them. I'm very polite, right? Because they got to make money. I'm sure they hate doing this, and I'm sure people are rude to them as well. So I'm trying to be very nice to them. One of them, actually, one person called me, and I politely told her, I was like, hey, can you please take me off the list? She just hung up on me. No, nothing. And I'm like, the audacity. Then the second person yesterday, I said the same thing to the gentleman. I said, hey, man, hope you're having a great day. Can you please take me off the list? He goes, can you tell me why you want me to take you off the list? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, so take me off. And then I hung
they don't
up
have real jobs. Those are scammers.
I guess. Oh, so it's not like a call center?
Nope. Well, it's a call center of scammers.
Oh, see, I just thought it would be either a mix of that and a mix of like cold calling stuff. I don't know.
What did you look at or buy recently that has them calling you? It's always some transaction that happened prior to them getting your number and calling you.
So one, I got my lovely drum set, which, by the way, chat, I don't know if you guys got a chance to see. So my drum set is right there. So you can see that's my monitors, and that's my electric drum kit, along with, you know. Oh, by the way, sorry. I know Ryan always loves Costco-related items. By the way, Disney to the upside, baby. Give me that 109.49. Give me that 108.56. Ryan always loves his Costco. I wish he was here to watch this. These are freaking amazing. I'm going to try to. They're cashews, and they're flavored with butter toffee. Oh, my God. Amazing.
Mine has cashews in it, too. But
you've
it's also got
too.
peanuts, M&Ms, raisins, and almonds.
All right, cool. You're like the United Nations with that. I get it. That's cool. Come on, baby.
That proves we're all into nuts.
I'm sorry. You want to say that again?
We're all into nuts.
Hit the like button.
Now,
hit the like button.
I don't want to see a smile off your face for the rest of the time now.
Hit the like button. Born to be Free says that is a serious setup. Okay, let me see what you're talking about. No more joking. Has no one noticed that the market has not given a darn about our president being stated as senile? So I read some things last night while I was just preparing for the day, answering emails and things like that. And it was interesting. Yeah, we don't talk about politics here, but I hope the best for our nation. All right, moving on to Disney. Come on, Disney. Test VWAP. Test VWAP.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about my drum kit. But yes,
I don't think the market cares about that.
Yeah.
Not your drum kit, about what you were just.
I don't think the market cares about my drum kit either. I can only play one, like, I don't know what's called, beat, groove, range, fill. I can only play one. Yeah, sure. Come on. Give it to me. I swear to God, if I don't make money on this because of a penny, I'll be very upset. Come on,
we've
Disney.
all been there.
Come on, Disney. All right, I'm going to take a look. Y'all, there's no way.
Did it do it?
Bro, there's no way.
They got word that Zunaid was playing this.
Bro, there's no way. There's no way. Okay, I'm going to move on from this so the chat doesn't get annoyed. NVIDIA, we talked about the range that we had. It was 710 to the upside, 695 to the downside. We'll see which way it wants to go.
Yes, MGA had earnings. That's fine. I like the weakness. That's where I buy it.
I like the stock. Hey, so Dumb Money is one of the stocks surrounding GME. I got a chance to watch that with a friend. What's the other one that just came out on Netflix? I think Dumb Money is now also on Netflix, but it was in theaters first. But there's another movie about it. I can't remember the name.
I don't know which one you're referring to, but Dumb Money I didn't see because I was I was there when it all happened. I don't think I need to, watch a movie about what I was involved with.
Yeah, that's fair. Yes,
I remember
dude. Okay, sorry. I'm going to take a 30-second tangent, chat. This dude is freaking amazing. Not Born to be Free. He's all right. But I can't pronounce the dude's name. But, man, if anyone ever wants to see a skill set at a high level of another individual, Google that man, and his skill set on drums is just wow. I stayed up literally for like an hour just watching him play covers on different stuff. And the dude is a total badass. Absolutely amazing dude. That's what I want to do. I also want to have a show where we bring on these cool people doing cool things. Like I was, watching something randomly about the smallest individual in the world. I believe she's out in India. So I was like, I'd love to have a show where we just bring on interesting and cool people and just open our eyes to something else that's out there in the world. Unfortunately, Disney is right back to break even after being a penny away from me taking my gains. That is ridiculous. Anyway, HOLO breaks $20, headed to the downside.
Yep. This one needed to calm down at some point. We do have a low from yesterday at, what was this? At 1721. Keep that number on your radar for support.
What was the ticker?
This is Hollow that we're talking about.
Oh, okay. Cool. Boy, that spread's got to be insane. Yep, spread's insane. It's like $1 spread.
Cent. I see. Oh, yeah, you're here. Well, I see a 50 cent spread at the moment.
Or what's happening here?
No, it's still moving around.
Yeah, it is. I'm just curious why there's
you're
such
not
a
wrong about that spread.
Yeah, because I just saw it go from like $1 from 1988 to like 1920, and I was like, what just happened? But yeah, see, now it's tightening up a little bit. I'm looking at the left-hand side. Happy Friday. What's up, Jesse? Hope your eval process with Apex is going well.
I'm going to take a look at SPY, see how we're doing. Okay, so you opened a little bit lower than we were making in the pre-market, but we're back above 499. I guess the market's still looking for a 500 print in the regular session. What is going on here? Why is
Call me a gangster. Disney to the upside. We go ahead and make money on that one. We finally go ahead and get filled. Now the question is, chat, do I really want to sell at 108.56? I might not have a choice as I possibly, or do I want to try to wait and see? Okay, well, no, never mind. Cool. All right, Disney. It worked out. We got some money. We are now up on the day.
Nice.
You can't make this up. You can't make this up, baby.
I mean, I think you need to sit on your hands for the rest of the day.
Just not trade?
Just not trade. Just be like, look what I did today, guys. And it's all on the back of Disney.
Oh, my goodness. That's it, chat. We appreciate you for watching. Sayonara.
Yeah, Jay Rice, I think you're right. Hollow is probably going to be single digits next week. I know you say a week or so. I think probably next week. It's just one of these a junky name. It should never have gone up as high as it did.
Did it ever have news, or was it just like a?
I think there was news on it, and I don't think it was so significant that it should have given it go from $1 to $50 in a day. I don't think there's any news that's really that's supposed to do that. But this is a very low float.
Talking about NVIDIA and their spread. Yeah, I see the spread at about 20-30 cents, which I don't know what this stock typically is, but you got to keep in mind it is a $700 stock, right? So you're gonna have something there. Just paper trade for the rest of the day if you want to sit on your hands, get some practice in. Man, I haven't paper traded in so long. It looks like I just got what is it I even bought? SNTA. Oh, okay. Well, cool. I'm in for 100 shares at SNTA.
INBS kept pushing higher. $4.82 is the high they printed, and it's still trying to go up. Can you riddles all over this one?
Where did I get out on this trade? Let's see. I know we made money on it. Where did I get out?
I think you got out about 450.
45.
Oh,
yeah.
445. Okay.
All right. So I left about 30 cents on the table thus far.
Looks like LAES might be getting going again here. I'm going to wait to see if that resolves. This one's also a little bit spready. Not a whole lot, but it has whipped around because it's not liquid.
I got you in a second here, Jay. I'm looking up something else here. Give me a moment, please.
INBS. Kenya Riddle's probably making some more riddles. And
woo, to the upside. More new highs on INBS. Hope you're making a lot of money. Kenya Riddle. Can you smell what you're cooking? And look at Disney. Obviously, we sold in the 50s. Now it's in the 80s. We were debating if we wanted to hold on till about the 108.80 simply because you had resistance there. I wanted to see if I could get lucky. Could have made a really fun comment there, but we'll let it go. Let's see. Coinbase.
But you couldn't have gotten your amazing, daily profit.
I know. Well, now I'm in some ticker I don't even remember placing a trade on, and I'm down $28. So there's that.
Oh, no. It's ruined now.
I know. It is. I might just have to be like, hey, sell me right at break even. I do not care if I'm up $100. I don't want it.
Time to screenshot and post that in Slack.
I'll post it on socials and be like, join my Discord, y'all.
Yeah. We hitting the right numbers. PayPal looking like it wants to try to take another move up here, but those upper shadows.
What was the ZYJL?
Oh, that one.
Wait, what is that? What am I missing here? Z.
Or Z. I think it might be ZJYL. Try that one. There you go.
All right. If this is a correct one, and let us know, Jay, if it is. I'm never copying off of you in terms of homework, because you out here just giving me incorrect answers. This one is interesting. If it has range, which it looks like it can. What happened here? Oh, sorry. I just got a notification that I was about to get kicked out of StreamYard. That was weird. I think if it breaks $10 on the 5-minute, man, I'd be interested in playing this one and risking $1. Again, I don't even know if this is a stock that you meant for me to watch, but if it's got a little bit of movement, I like it. Especially if we can test $11 or at least 11.7 or 10.76. All right, Smoke Tuna, you've been talking about Wet G so much. I'm gonna go back one more time. If this stock hasn't made at least a 2% move, I'm coming for you. Oh, boy, I was about to get so pissed, but I typed the wrong thing. I was like, bro, this stock doesn't even have volume right now. Bro, well, it's up 22 cents. Come on, you're killing me.
I mean, it still doesn't have volume, it looks like.
But I guess I can't complain. I did say 2%. It's up 8 from VWAP. So
seems like some of the Bitcoin names are trying to come back. What's Bitcoin currently at right now? We get back over 47,000. We're right at 47,000. So that's why it's trying to come back.
Bounced off of VWAP. Look at that. Bitcoin respects VWAP as well. Pow, pow.
All right. So those names could be coming up if we can hold 47,000 and go higher. What else? LAES still didn't do anything, so I'm not really interested in that one. PayPal moving higher. We're trying to. Still beneath the intraday session of 57.88. What is it? Time to leave? Is that what your announcement was?
No. It's Nvidia breaking above 710 to the upside. This is now new highs, more new highs on Nvidia. Ticker NVDA.
Yeah, everybody thinking it should go down, and then this gets pushed up more.
All right, let's talk about
INBS.
Go ahead. I'm going to quickly talk about how I'm going to go ahead and play this. So if it cracks 710, which it has, but if it stabilizes above it, I'd love for it to just consolidate a little bit here, or maybe this candle here in the next 5 minutes can go all the way up to 712. Then it come back and we buy it around 710-ish is the way that I'd want to go ahead and play this one. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one, come back to it here, chat. Obviously, see what your game plan is, what your risk tolerance is, and how you're going to play this one, or if you're going to leave it alone. That's a position in itself as well. Let's go and take a look at BCRX. Not sure I'd play this one, but I obviously do see that it's moving. HOLO reclaims $20.
Yeah, I couldn't see anything on BCRX either. Not a low float. Maybe it's a short squeeze. It's got 15% short interest with 5.86 days to cover. That could be the possibility. Don't know for sure, though.
Morning, Walter. Good to see you again. The 194 on Tesla has continued to be annoying in terms of resistance if you're long.
Oh, perfect. Didn't we say that earlier? That's what we both had?
Yep, we sure did. Yeah.
Okay.
We bounced off of it earlier at about 9:45, and then it did it again. Am I still trading futures? Yes, I am. I use more so Apex and their funds. But yes, I still am. And we're hoping to have another show where we trade with a funded account and go through that whole process as well.
INBS trying to push higher. Next level I have is 570. We're at 530 right now.
Nice, Walter. That's awesome, man.
NSTG says big bill money. Well, it's definitely it's a big mover right now.
Yeah, you just broke
150%.
You broke yesterday's highs.
Mm-hmm.
Looking to crack 30.
Okay, so they just got financing. So that's why it's moving. All right.
Come on.
NBS. This has been the big stock of the day. It just keeps going up. We're at 542. Target I have next is 570. I'm not in this one right now though. Couldn't get an entry.
Damn.
It's just running.
Wow. Beautiful move.
Mm-hmm.
I think Riddle said they were no longer in the trade. Yeah, waiting for another setup. Don't want to chase a trade. Well, I don't know if you found the setup because that comment was about maybe 6 minutes ago. So I don't know if you found another setup or not. But nice call out, though. Nice call out. Well done. Well done. Well done.
Together now.
Yeah, there you go. Well done. Wait, what was this in response to? Yes, he is. I don't know what that was in response to.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Now I have to scroll up and see what someone said.
Well, Marcus Sniper, I don't know. I mean, that's probably a great idea. I'd like to see, somebody who's really good at swing trading. Not that Zune isn't. I mean, I don't know if that's something you really do a whole lot, but
I don't. That's sad. I don't.
Swing,
Palantir was the last one I did.
I mean, if we had a swing trader come in here alongside, what we're doing, I mean, would that be something that you'd stick around here for? I would love to have a swing trader in here. I would probably learn something because I'm not great at it either.
Yeah, I want to have a swing trader, a futures trader, maybe even someone who trades crypto into the late nights. But because I'm curious, I got to take a look at the data. I'm curious how many of our viewers are international and they would trade like the London markets or whatever the case is. Because I would love to have a show where Sunday we, chart out things and kind of plan for the next day and see what's going on there. All right. See you later, Riddle.
Take care, Riddle.
Like I was actually looking at getting some sponsorships so that we could have someone watch the Super Bowl, like a watch party. Obviously we can't for legal reasons show the Super Bowl here on camera or on our screen, but like you could watch it at home and then we could kind of talk about what's happening, what our bets are, yada, 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 while also trading some stocks in the middle. So obviously, Super Bowl is like 2 days away, so it may not happen at that point, but those are the type of things that we're working towards so that we can have a little bit of different taste and flavor in the stock market. And for those of you who didn't know, the NFL draft is in Detroit, and our HQ is in Detroit. So, we're cooking some things up. We're cooking some things up, chat. Should be fun.
INBS, just being a monster. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. I'll put up both of them here. Give me a sec. INBS.
Morning, Easy Mike. Yeah, INBS. I was just saying 570 was the next level I had. It went up to 580 and pulled back a bit. Now we're trying to get back through 570 again. After this, the next level I have is 650.
I would love to buy this at around 460s if it comes down. Obviously, it's ways away from that. It may never come back to that. I mean, not ever, but it may not give me an opportunity on that today. But
yeah, I don't want to chase this. It just keeps going higher, and you know, I feel like it's gonna just knife or pull the rug out from under me at some point. And this is a low float stock. It's got 726,000 shares. So if we do see a pull, it's going to be a pretty sizable one, I think.
All right, Big Bill. You're very excited to the point where you said, "Oh my God," twice.
Yeah,
this
it moved.
Kicker better be moving.
Oh, it moved.
All right, you can stay. You can hang out with us.
No timeout for him.
Only smoke tuna. But what a beautiful move on NSTG. Did we cover this one at all today?
No, because this is one of those ones that is under $1. So it's just, you know, it's not something that I...
Speaking of which, what am I even in? Oh, cool. I'm in this trade that's not really going anywhere. When I say
who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl? What are your thoughts on that?
My money is going to be on 49ers.
Okay.
I don't even know what the odds are. I haven't looked at any of that.
No, but I did see from the American Gambling Association. Is that who it was? Yeah, American Gaming Association. So they have a little bit of a stat here that 68 million Americans are wagering 23.1 billion on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, count me in for a couple $100.
All right,
but I'm going 49ers, baby. I'm going
trying to make its way to that 650 level I was just talking about. We're at we got up to about 630. I don't know exactly what this print is. Yeah, 630. So not too far away from there. Yeah, I'd like to see the 49ers win. I have concerns about Purdy making a mistake. The Lions and the Packers couldn't capitalize when he was making mistakes, and so that led to their loss. But he's getting really lucky by not throwing an interception or taking a significant loss behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
So if that happens and the Kansas City can capitalize on it, then I think that could be the big game changer. Look at that. INBS all the way right to 648, 2 cents away from 650, and we're starting to pull back. Levels matter.
Amen to that. They absolutely do. NG fallen. INBS, the 52-week high is approximately 176.40s. That is insane.
Yeah, that's because they were doing reverse splits. So it's going to adjust that.
So here, a lot of people saying Niners, would love to see him win, but it's not going to happen. A lot of Chief fans in here as well. But Vegas has them favored by 2. Vegas has them favored by 2. What other signals do you use besides VWAP? That's really it. Oh, VWAP and previous close. So the red dotted lines is the previous close. It's not an indicator. I don't know if you want to call that an indicator, but VWAP yellow, previous close, red dotted line, and then I just have my own purple lines for support and resistance. I don't use MACD. I don't use RSI. Taking a look at NVIDIA, by the way, it never really stayed above 710 to give me the 710 back test. It just continued moving on higher.
Wow, we got a big pull from INBS. This is what I was talking about with it being so low float. Good to see this big pull, this big sell. And we're starting to get that. Now, we might get an opportunity for a trade here if we can start holding some levels. But I'm not sure exactly when we're going to stop falling here.
Damn it. Hang on, sorry. Going to purchase 100 shares and risk about $50 to make about $50 right off at the VWAP. See if we can just get a little spike and a bounce.
This is INBS you're trying?
That's a very good point, Doctor. Yeah, INBS. I'm looking to get in at 482. That's a very good point. The Chiefs were underdogs. I think they were 7-point underdogs against no, maybe not. No, they weren't 7. Who was a 7-point underdog? I don't know, but you're right. They were underdogs. I think they were 3-point underdogs against whoever they played in the conference finals. AMD, great day today. AMD. Yeah, wow. Nice little move. No looking back ever since it broke the 170 deuce.
Are we getting INBS whipping around now.
Come on, grab me some shares and then go. Come on.
You're going to jump on your drums and actually do that for us?
Right.
No, I hear you doing it with your hands. It's like, come on,
I know.
the
So
drums,
here's
dude.
the thing. I can beatbox and I can do a little bit of things with my hands. Haha. But I struggle, man. I struggle with the kick drum. My body's just not used to being in sync with what I want to do with my mind. So, it's going to take practice, a little bit of frustration. So, matter of fact, we hopped on the show at 9 o'clock. We went live at 9:10. At around 8:53, after I brushed and washed my face, I was playing drums for a little bit. And I was like, cool. Now I'm like a badass. Let's hit the markets. Here's the trade plans that I've got on INBS. If it comes down to about 482, I'm looking to grab 100 shares and see if we can make $50 out of it, lose $50 out of it. Another level that I want to purchase shares would be at is 456, which was a previous resistance level. On NVIDIA, which is on the right side of your screen, I'm looking to get some shares at around 710 or so, but I'm waiting for this 15-minute candle to close. I don't want to play it in case it spikes all the way down. LOL, wisdom. LOL.
I think I saw the crow say, yeah, the top is about to blast off. If we want to take a look at that one. This is no news, 5 million share float.
This is a very good point. I've been watching YouTube videos on techniques and different things like that, because everything I've learned as a profession, if you will, has been kind of from YouTube or practicing in the shower in terms of broadcasting. But I've learned trading through YouTube and articles and whatever else. And so I'm going to learn this through YouTube as well and practice.
Smoke tuna. We got to
come on.
I'll let
Smoke.
you put that up and read that.
I'm not doing it. Nope. I'll let AT handle that if he wants to.
Yeah, do it.
Do it, AT. Do it.
Do it. INBS still trying to. It's holding this level, so it's looking interesting here. I might take a stab at this level, maybe. I say that and it starts going lower.
I just wanted to give me some shares. Just give me some shares, man.
Yeah, if this current candle closes, unless it rips in this current candle, I'll probably make a consideration for starting here. Just want to see some levels hold. Top still hasn't broken through. Well, I have VWAP maybe different from what your broker has. My VWAP is at 665. And CLSK, Bitcoin names don't seem to be coming back quite yet. Is Bitcoin still under? No, it's right at 47,000 and change. So that one's not done quite yet. What else are we looking at, folks?
What you got? What you got? What you got?
LAES, dead. DWAC, still getting support from the 46.75 area. Looks like it might be going lower, though. I was mentioning earlier in the week about how, and even last week, how some of these DWAC fund, SMGI, or SGMI, or BI, whatever the one is, they can sell the news events as well. So that's why you saw a run up into these primaries this week. The next one we have is the 24th for South Carolina, and that could be a big one because South Carolina is where Nikki Haley was the governor.
Yep.
So if Trump beats her there, then we could see a lot of volatility in these related stocks.
Yeah, for sure. And I haven't looked at any of the odds to see what the likelihood is that she does beat him. Would be interested to know if she hops on the Democratic ticket. I don't know, man. Fun things ahead. And by fun, I mean interesting things ahead. But let me see. All right. You know what? I'm going to take a look at YG. I'm going to take a look at YG one time.
Avert your eyes.
Here's the thing. He's not wrong. Yes, it has been a wonderful move to the upside. But you got to give me a trading plan. What's the plan here? How are we going to make money on this stock? Because you clearly got resistance at 410. Excuse me, 450. Good God.
So Jay Rice, what that tells me is that it could be a buy the rumor Not that it's a, that nobody knows about it, but I would say that we see movement up into the South Carolina primary on what you just said there. Wait for a bounce at VWAP 486. Yeah, it seems like the better move for
That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it on 482s. Is a lottery ticket or trading plan? Every time it hits 1 billion, baby, I buy me some lottery tickets. Here's what we need to do, chat. There's about 300 of you watching. I'm just going to go ahead and send out my PayPal link, and you guys could just send me $20, and we'll just, put your email address in there. I'll buy the tickets, and then I'll email them to you guys so that if we win, we can share. Call it a, what's it called, lottery pool. No idea if that's legal. This is not an actual thing that we're going to do. I'm just having
Let's
fun
do this.
with
Wait,
it.
hold on.
Yeah. This sounds like a great
saying?
idea. Maybe SEC equivalent of lottery people. Maybe Benzinga would be like, hey, buddy, we know you just came back on air, but we gotta slow your roll here a little bit. By the way, Disney. Beautiful move to the upside.
I have to think that that's probably going to come back in. It looks pretty bear flaggish.
Disney does?
The past, let's see, that's a 5 minute or 15. So the past hour looks like you're forming a bear flag on the 15-minute there.
Yeah, to me, the 109 is going to be the resistance that we've been kind of talking about. By the way, ARM came back down. Then it just never looked back. Made lows at about 102.15. Didn't give us $100 buys. I'm going to go ahead and delete these buy orders now because it's clearly not going to get there.
ARM back. We have the whole body getting mentioned now. We have eyes we can trade. Remember that ticker?
Yep. And then there was Wolf, which obviously isn't a body part, but that's, another random thing.
Oh, yeah. You never tripped and fell on your Wolf before?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Now my legs asleep, though. Now my legs asleep. Oh.
Looks like INBS may have found support at the $5
mark.
Level. Yeah, pretty close to that.
All right. We got about 2.5 minutes till this 15-minute candle closes on NVIDIA. Then we'll look to trade it to the upside. We're up about $69 on the day, but we do have a losing trade currently on with CNTA, which I'll be honest, I don't even care to be in this one. So if I get out of it, I'd be okay. But I don't want to lose money on it. So let me see how I can go ahead and get out of this trade. Let's see what we got.
PayPal could not retake the intraday highs.
I'm just going to get out. Who cares?
Now back at VWAP.
BYBL.
Bitcoin moving higher into 47,000. Looks like NSTG is also trying to come back and make a new high. Okay. I think WetG is a portfolio anchor.
Oh, damn. My leg's asleep. I'll be right back. Oh.
Wake it up with some drum beats.
I'll be right
Start
back.
stepping on it. And there goes NSTG, new intraday highs. All right. You think it's going to 70 cents? I won't deny it. I won't get in your way with that. You said it was going to go to where it went, and it did, so I believe you. What else is moving? Not seeing a whole lot. Oh, look. We got some action here on NVIDIA. He's setting something up. Looks like he's setting up to buy. All right. Looks like we have Clean Spark back at VWAP. If PayPal comes back to close at 58, we'll probably short it. I like that plan. I think PayPal might be going lower as well. I think a lot of the buy now, pay later related stocks are going to end up in a world of hurt once the consumer starts coming under pressure from being able to repay their bills. We've already started seeing articles about it. There he is.
What's up? All right, chat. 15 minute
trade in NVIDIA.
Yeah, so 15-minute candle close above the 710 level. Now I'm looking to get it about 710.08. If I can get filled there, I'm gonna risk about $100 and look to make $100. But let's go. Come on. Give me another 70 cents to the downside. Smash the like, by the way, folks. We are at 100, I believe. We're at 100. I'd love to get to 123 every day. Just 123. I don't want 150. I'm not asking for 150. I'm asking for 123. 1, 2, 3.
Junie was bringing up Intel, and it's moving.
Come on.
What's the news here with Intel?
Bro, I'm so close. There's no way this goes without me again, right? Oh, mother of God. All right, you know what? Let's take a look at NVDA 240209 710 calls.
Uh-oh. INBS. I think it might be trying to make another move up. Is it going?
Dude.
Are we going to get over $30 in AI? Oh, that name. Well, Lynn and Randy, we talk about this one in Happy Hour a lot. This can be whatever it wants to be. Just because it has AI in its name, I think we all believe that's why it gets such attention. But this company.
All right, chat. We are in with 50 shares at 710.08 for NVIDIA. You got NVDA. We are looking to make some gains. I'm going to actually see if we can, whatever. 712.08. That's where we're looking to get some gains. And our risk is $2 to the downside. Our profit target is $2 to the upside. I'm going to leave this be no matter what happens. I am not going to worry about this one. I've placed the trade. I've done all I can. And now we just kind of let it be. Just like we did with the Disney, right? We just placed the trade and we let things play out. Just like we did with Meta. Unfortunately, Meta was a loss. Disney was a gain. It is how it is. It is what it is.
INBS went and touched the 570 level again. And may pull back? That's a question mark?
With a question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Rustum saying it looks like it'll go to 414. Let me see what that looks like. I could see that. I mean, it's pretty close to a level I have, so I don't think that's out of the question if we get a good pullback here. It looks like it's having a hard time getting above that 570 level.
Is ARM coming back down? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I'm not going to lie. A part of me wants to short ARM if we close below 109 on this 15-minute candle with a stop loss of about 111.
So is that like a T-Rex trade? Because of short arms?
Oh.
You're shorting ARM.
I thought you were making fun of my arms for a second.
No. I'm just bringing the dad jokes. Just bringing them.
Welcome back. Ooh, you know what, Smoke Tuna? A lot of your comments I'm not a fan of tonight or today. But if, good things are on the horizon, and if I go ahead and sign a certain contract, I will treat myself. PF Chang's was like on the bottom of the top 5 list, but I might enjoy some PF Chang's. We'll see.
Cressy, you have yourself a good rest of the morning. Enjoy your brunch. I like your idea. Close everything. Don't have any risk while you're eating food. I like it. Looks like Clean Spark finally made its way back above VWAP. We continue to see Bitcoin move up some more because now it's getting further into 47,000. We keep seeing that. These are going to test their highs that they made at the beginning of the regular session.
NVIDIA to the upside, baby. We are in the money by $1. Now $1.40. Come on. 712.08 to the upside. Come on. That's what we want. That's what. By the way, does anyone find it funny that NVIDIA's been moving up? Okay, all right. I'm just gonna. Can we just take my gains, please? No, I'm not tapping. There we go. Just close it, chat.
There you go.
Bang. Once again, profitable trade. We are now up $125 So we were up 69.69. Then we lost $25 on CNTA, I think it was. And then we just came back and made money on NVIDIA to the upside. We got ourselves, I believe, like $1.70 on that move, give or take. But what I was saying was, it's interesting that AI has been such a hype and people are like, oh, NVIDIA because of AI. Oh, this because of AI, yada, 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 yada. I got you again here in a second, Lynn. But the stock AI itself hasn't really done jack squat. It's just been in this decent range of, like, what is it? Call it here. It just broke out today, but it's been in a $5 range before it finally went ahead and broke out, you know? But this 23.33 level, in terms of support, beautiful. Don't even think about shorting this one with big size unless it cracks that. In terms of the cashews, all right, or butter toffee cashews.
Everybody show us. We're showing us your nuts, or our nuts. Here we go.
I just felt our likes go away. I just felt them. I just felt them. That's what I've got there.
Get your head out of the gutter. We're just showing off what we like to eat.
Oh boy. All right. Moving on.
We can't have fun. Come on.
Smash the like. By the way, we will have all access here in about maybe 20 minutes or so. And we've got a lovely new host. It's a one-off situation because I've got to go record some other things because a couple of our teammates are out on vacation. So we're going to have all access. Then Luke and I, that's right. I don't think Luke and I have ever done a show together, like just me and him. So this might be the first time in a few years. Luke and I are going to come back for Powerball for about a little bit and talk stocks, talk about what he's up to in the markets. Hot stocks, Luke. So you get a chance to check that out at 12. And then at 2 o'clock, you've got my man Paul with the tech sector show. That's going to be on as well. So got some content coming up for y'all. By the way, Tesla wants to break that 194. So if you want to play Tesla to the long side, the same way that we did with NVIDIA, keep an eye on Tesla at that 194. Now, are you going to get the retest the same way we did with NVIDIA? I don't know. But, you know, see how it plays out. We've had a few trades today, 3 big names in terms of Disney, NVIDIA, Meta. We were right on 2 of them. We were wrong with Meta to start the day, but we appreciate you for hanging out with us to see it through.
Yep. Smoked Tuna saying that I live to eat nuts. Not live to, but they are a good source of protein. That doesn't sound right either. Anyway, you've gone to join Bricks.
Timeout. Nope, you're going to timeout. He's in the back. He's in the back chat. He's in the back. It's just really cool because like he can't put me in timeout, but like AT's here and like Alyssa's here in the back just creeping so they can put me in timeout. I'm sure AT's just creeping on our conversation right now. This is typically where he turns on his camera, flicks me off. See, look at that. He did it. He did it. Oh my God, he did it. AT, I'm putting you up. AT, let the folks see you. AT, you're on stream. So if you turn your camera on, the chat will see you. Just giving you a heads up. Do not flick me off. But you're a part of the show now. If you want to be the voice of God, you're more than welcome to.
Or the voice of reason, maybe.
I don't know if I'm ready for all this.
Yeah. That's the other guy in the back that makes the magic happen with all of our streams, our broadcasts, our production. He leads all of those efforts for us. We've got some exciting things planned for y'all. Hey, he put himself in the back. All right. Anyway.
We should probably get back to trading.
We should get what? I'm sorry?
We should probably get back to trading.
Well, I'm trying to see if there's any other options for us to go ahead and trade. I mean, NVIDIA was the only other one that we traded. We got about $1.70 out of it. I'm not sure if there's anything else. The only other thing that I'm keeping an eye on is Tesla. If it breaks 194, you can see me have my alerts set right there. I'm trying to bring him on, Mustang. He won't come on. He's shy. He's also like doing a bunch of other things. AT, you should do the news record clips. You should record the clips, AT.
Tesla, that's a nice formation we got going on there. Looks like it's ready to move through 194.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm ready for. Let's see what the contracts are worth at the moment. .TSLA 240209 calls 195.
Enjoy your breakfast, Big Bill. Thanks for coming.
Am I gonna? Okay, so calls are approximately the 195 calls on Tesla expiring today are approximately 40 cents. Approximately 40 cents. See you later, Big Bill. See you on Monday. I believe Ryan will be back on Monday.
Yes, that's when he's supposed to be back.
Yeah. From his time in Arizona, you can ask him how golfing was, and he'll give you all the insights there. Need the sound of Alyssa. Alyssa, should we put you on air?
Get on here, Alyssa.
See, I like Alyssa, so I don't want to poke fun on her behalf. AT, I don't care about, so we can have fun with him.
INBS might get going here. Looks like it's starting to get some bids coming in to push it up.
Yeah, let's go and take a look at what other earnings are coming up. Maybe. Actually, I don't think we have the calendar just yet, but let me go to pro.benzinga.com.
You're right, Smoke Tuna. Clean jokes are an art, and I'm not an artist.
I appreciate your smoke. I appreciate you. Let's see what we've got here. Calendar, earnings, next week. So here I'm going to share my Benzinga Pro. So this is my trusty Benzinga Pro. We go to calendar, then we go to earnings, and we click on next week. And then we're just doing it by estimated revenue. And I'm trying to see if there's any companies I recognize here that I'd care to play with. Obviously, I see Kraft Heinz. Not something I care to play with, however. Marriott International, Goodyear. I do need to go get my oil change. So that's a nice reminder. Waste management.
That's the company I want to get into. Yes, I want to get into waste management.
Yeah. MGM. So this is interesting. You actually, obviously they're reporting earnings from, a while back, if you will. However, I'm curious if MGM will give us any insights on the Super Bowl handle when they report. They do report on the 13th. I think Valentine's Day is on the Wednesday, so that should be a Tuesday. Nailed it. That's exactly what it is. I got you here in a second, Nurse. Let's see what else we've got before we hop off air.
There goes INBS.
Oh, yeah? Let me go back.
Nikes.
To the upside.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like it's looking to take out 650.
When is waste management? Let me go back. I think it was, dang it.
I'll take a look.
Waste management is on the 12th, which then makes it a Monday. So it's on Monday after market close. Waste management.
Yeah. This, we're always going to have trash. So this is just one of those. This is one of the ones that I want to buy and just hold for a very long time.
LSCC. I'll take a look at that now, Nurse. So definitely 75. No question on that one for me. However, it's at 69.69 at the moment. Let's see if we can. So if you look at this trend line, this is a daily, by the way. I can go to make it a 4-hour if you'd like. You can see that's the trend line that we're currently at. So if you want to play this as a run-up, which I'll be honest, there is no real run-up because they're reporting on Monday. But I'd wait to see if it cracks. Today, if you're trying to play this, I guess what I'm trying to say is if it breaks 70, you could possibly get this to maybe 72.50 because it does look like it moves a couple of bucks every single time in terms of range. You got to check it out. But this trend line, and then 75, that's what I've got for you on LSCC. This is a 15-minute candle. And by the way, Tesla now trying to make it moves above. I feel like I should just here's what we're going to do, chat. I'm going to go ahead and purchase 2. Am I going to? Yes, I think I am. Why not? Screw it. Maybe just 1. Nah. What do you think? Should I purchase 1 or 2 call options on Tesla 195 expiring in the next 6 hours?
Just answering a question that Jim Ferrari had. He's asking me, where do I watch my bids coming in? I look at my order book and my price ladder.
What broker do you use?
I use Webble.
Got it. Well,
I've used TradeStation before and Robinhood. I didn't like Robinhood, and TradeStation I ran into some problems with, so I stopped using them.
I gotcha. All right, chat. I am in with 2 contracts only on Tesla 195 calls expiring today. My purchase price is 37 cents and it's already at 34 cents. So, yoo-hoo! If it, this is a straight lotto. If I lose the money, I'm fortunate enough to not worry about the $80. We will be okay and we'll move on with life. But I'll give y'all an update on Powerball with my man Luke at 12. So we'll hang out there. We've got about maybe 5 or so minutes till All Access. We do have a lovely host. It's a one-off situation, so you guys make sure you're nice to her. Let's see here.
Who is it? We get to know, or we have to find out?
Yeah, you get to find out.
Okay, we'll wait and find out, Chad.
Yeah. No, I was trying to look at some other Slack messages, and right, of course, when I buy the lotto, Tesla goes down. No, it's going to be Abby that's going to do All Access for us again. One off. You guys are stuck with me for these interviews, but we appreciate her for hopping on and helping us out. There goes Top. All right, let's go around the horn here, and let's see what we can do. So Top. Nothing really there. We talked about the resistance and support line being 675, and look at how that comes into play twice now. We'll see if it makes a crack above and makes a way to $8, which is right above the pre-market high. INBS, this stock here, beautiful trade. Appreciate Riddle for calling it out for us so we could make some money. Hopefully they made some money on it as well. Now it's starting to kind of consolidate a little bit. We'll see if it makes a bull flag and then it continues to the upside or what the case may be. That's what it looks like it's trying to do here. Keep an eye on this either during lunchtime, maybe not so much, but definitely after hours, late in the afternoon, it can make a nice little move up to the upside. Taking a look at Disney, we got this one at 108. We sold it at 108.50s and now it's at 109.08. I've got to learn to keep a piece for the dream. And let's see here. If we can go to NVIDIA, my, oh my. So NVIDIA, you had at 710, we purchased this one. We sold it at approximately 711 and some change, and now it's making new highs. This is new highs at 715.20 on ticker NVDA. This stock is going bonkers. When will the madness stop? But I'm not trying to short this and have just stand against a freight train. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
No way, no how.
It's killed every short that's gone in it.
Yeah, I just, you know what I mean? Like, you're out of your mind. I like my money. And as much as I like to donate to the market, I like to be smart about when and how I donate it to the market.
Yep. We got Mark telling us that INBS is running. It certainly is. Still looking for that break above 650.
Check that out here for a second. We'll take a look at Meta in a moment here as well, because that was the first L of the day that we took. 650 is now your resistance area on INBS. Taking a look at Meta, we got into this one, or I believe it around 271-ish, 271.64, and then we took an L on it when it broke to 470s, excuse me. And now it's going to come back up. Keep an eye on this level, but mainly keep an eye on Tesla if it does decide to break 194 to the upside. Let's see where VWAP is at the moment. We're below VWAP, so obviously it's got to reclaim that. Go above 193, then 194 is where you can keep an eye on. And if you go ahead and look at the 30-minute, you'll see that's where I'm getting my resistance points from at the end of January. Still having some trouble getting above that price point.
Look at Amazon.
AMZN, it's been a minute since I've taken a look at Amazon, even though I order from there like every single day. To the point where now when packages come in, I'm like, what the heck did I even order this time?
Yeah.
I got no idea. Like I literally ordered a book yesterday. Am I going to read the book? No, it's going to sit on my shelf so I can look intelligent, but I'm not going to end up reading it. You know what I mean? Like,
bust out your phone, like, what are my orders? Oh yeah, that's right. I ordered that.
It's first world problems is what I'm telling you. You know, we're fortunate. But anyway, we got about a couple of minutes before All Access starts with Abby. So stick around for that one. And then Luke and I will be back at 12. And then at 2 p.m., you've got my man Paul with the tech show, going around the block in the world of tech and his insights on the fundamentals of side of things. You swinging anything in terms of trades? Anything to the next week before we?
Well, you know, like I was mentioning at the start of the show here, I'm just trading around positions in ACHR and ZIM. You know, I've mentioned my levels in those previously too. Every time Archer goes under 5, I add more. Every time Zim, I've mentioned several levels with Zim, but lately, if it's going under 12, then I'll add. I've been adding under 13, but I want to see it come back up and make another run for 15. So I'm not adding any more now.
What was the ticker? Sorry, let me put it up.
ZIM. This is the one that's tied to shipping rates.
The Chinese one?
No, this is an Israeli company.
So I got the overseas part correct. I'll give myself
give myself
just
in the opposite direction is all.
Yeah. Just instead of Asia, it's Middle East. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
See you later, Richard Judge. Appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you next week.
And IBNS 650. There it is. Ta-da! And we're going higher.
Wait, what was the ticker? You said it too fast.
INBS. This is the one we were talking about, going to 650.
Yeah. So the next level here is $7, right? If you just go ahead and look left, you can see $7 is the next resistance area. So shorts are going to try to go ahead and, in my opinion, try to attack this one near 7, maybe 690 or so. So you blow past 7, would not be surprised if we see a halt up. I'm not guaranteeing that there will be a halt up. I'm not guaranteeing anything in life besides that the chart will move to the right. That thing I can promise you.
Yeah, I got a level at about somewhere between 680 and 685. That's where the next one is, and then the level of 7. After that, I have 740. These are all levels I'm drawing from previous price action. Uh-oh, what the heck just happened here? There we go. Yeah, it looks like Zim's doing pretty good. It always seems to lately just open, fall, and then just recover throughout the rest of the day. That's kind of been the name of the game with Zim. Still waiting for these Bitcoin names to come back. When I start looking at Mara and Riot, they're all in the very similar formation where they're looking like they're just about ready to break out. What's the Bitcoin? So Bitcoin's still above 7. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. I interrupted you. Please go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say Bitcoin's still above 47,000. Not as high as it was previously, but still above there. I think once if we keep holding 47,000, it's going to look good. But that's the level we need to hold. Otherwise, those stocks are coming in.
See you later, Lynn.
Take care.
Appreciate you hanging out with us. We'll see you next week. Yeah, I mean, look, even crypto likes to respect levels, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had resistance there, came back, tested the VWAP. We talked about that, and then you've got another bounce from the previous resistance now acting as support. If I was going to short it, I would see if I could short it. To be honest, probably I was hoping that if this came back and tested this trend line around 930, that would be a short for me. With a break of 48,000 would be a stop out, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we're gonna leave it be.
Do it, Smoke Tuna. Do it.
Yeah, this is sweet. But what was I talking about? I forgot.
I think you're talking about how you're going to use your raise.
Wallet.
I think you're talking about how you're going to use your raise to get more drums.
We got Dennis in the back. It's been a minute since I've talked to Dennis, looking sharp. See, I was just hoping to make you smile in the back, Dennis. That's all it was. But we'll get going with All Access here in a couple of minutes, waiting for my man AT to give me the green light. I know he's taking care of a couple of things on the back.
Wow. INBS.
He just said peace. Or was that 2 minutes? I think he said 2 minutes. 4 minutes.
INBS just blew through our levels.
Yo, how are you just going to up the time on me and double it by 100%? It went from a peace sign to 2 minutes to 4 minutes. Get out of here. Anyway, let's go. Oh, we haven't taken a look at SMCI. Now, you want to talk about another mover alongside NVIDIA. This one's just been a monster. What was it at? Like maybe 400, give or take, when it reported earnings? Let's see. So reported earnings on the 29th of January. And I was wrong. It was 500. Forgive me. But just a beautiful move. What is that? About a 50% mover almost? I'm going to say it's approximately a 44.7% move. I was wrong.
Wow.
It is
INBS all the way up to 717.
Pow, pow. I'm definitely going to play the drums after this. Forget recording news clips with Malia. Malia, if you're listening, I'm not recording news clips. I'm not.
I call this piece day trading.
I'm going to play the drums. That's what I'm doing. I mean, just look how nice they look in the corner. All right. Let's see what else we've got here. There's one more ticker I wanted to take a look at, but I just cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
Nvidia, was it?
No, but let's go ahead and take a look at something else here. Not the best trend line in the world. Drawing was never my forte, but you've got a little bit of resistance if you wanted to follow the trend line here on on Disney around that 112 area, which is not surprising. But we'll see how this one wants to behave. But that 108 bounce was lovely. We got a chance to make some money off of that, so I cannot complain. I'm just like waiting for AT to give me the slack. This man just
answer your question, Nick. No.
Top. Let's go and take a look at top. See this, dude. I think this.
Not that one. That's tops.
Oh,
that's the wrong one.
Oh, I was gonna say this is the one that's like I'm sure has a price point of like 1,000. The amount of times I've heard about. Look at that. Good God gracious.
No, that thing hasn't been.
What is happening?
Conducting offerings at all.
Like what?
They probably just diluted the hell out of this thing with how many offerings they've had.
The reverse splits on this. I've never seen a reverse split of this magnitude.
I don't think those are reverse splits. I think those are offerings.
Wait, what?
So reverse splits, you're going to consolidate the shares into smaller size. When you do offerings, they're just basically putting more shares out there. So it's diluting the amount of available shares there are, and it's going to give you these crazy numbers.
Man, at this point, I got to go public with myself as an individual because this is insane. What do you think? Z shares? I think that sounds hot. I think that's kind of something I'd invest in.
Ticker ZUN.
Ticker Zuzu. ZUZU. Come on, baby. Let's see if it's taken. It's not. That's mine. I'm calling the SEC right after this one. Forget the drums. I'm going public.
You have to still create an intro. Use your drums for an intro.
We're hyping up my drum skill set a little bit too much here. Let's see. We got about less than a minute here, so I'm going to go around the horn on all the action that we took today. You had Meta. This one was an L for me. We traded at approximately 172. We sold it at a loss at about 470s. Disney, we got in at 108. Sold it for a profit at 108.50s. And then the last one for me was Nvidia. We got in on the retest here at 710. Sold it at approximately 712. Now it made new highs at 715. Your final thoughts before we hop off, buddy?
Enjoy the Super Bowl this weekend. And that's about all I have to say.
Amen to that. Go 40. Who are you going for, by the way, before we hop off?
I'd like to see the 49ers win. It's really going to come down to whether or not Purdy makes a mistake or not. I think that's what it's going to come down to.
But who do you think is going to win?
49ers.
All right, good. Because if you said Chiefs, I was going to take you off for a second. Anyway, we've got, like I said, a lovely host of ours. We're hoping she stays with us for a long time, but, she has other busy things to do. But we've got Abby that's going to be leading All Access. So let's go ahead and bring Abby on so we can say a couple of nice words. Oh, that's my face only. Hello. Come on. How's it going, Abby?
It's going good. And I thought it was going to continue to stay good, but I'm in Kansas City. I'm a Chiefs fan. I don't know how quickly you're going to.
See, I have the capability to move Abby to the back. I don't need to wait for AT to do that. I can just do it myself. Now, let me just go and bring her back. Yeah. All right. Well, I wish the interview goes well for Dennis. It depends how it goes.
I'm hurt. I'm devastated.
All right. Well,
we'll see what happens. That's all I'll say.
Back to back would be lovely, but have a great interview. I'll be in the back watching. Best of luck. Enjoy your weekend. Dennis, good to see you again, pal. See you.
Bye. Well, okay. So interesting start, but I just want to say good morning, everyone. This is my first time hosting Benzinga All-Access. I'm Abby Higginbotham. We have an exciting interview for you today. We're tackling the environmental tech world with Dennis Calvert, president and CEO of BioLargo. For those who may not be familiar, BioLargo is at the forefront of tackling some of the most challenging pollutants with recent regulatory shifts. A lot is happening in this space right now, and this company is right in the middle of all of it. All Access starts right now. Dennis, it's great to have you with us today. I haven't been the one to interview you in the past, but welcome back to the show.
Abby, it's so good to be here and good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I want to start off quick. We already started the whole show with it. Who are you rooting for with the Super Bowl this weekend?
Well, I have to go to the West Coast. Otherwise, the producer will cut me off.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I want to continue the interview too. So, with that, I gave a little bit of a description, but besides my quick description, can you give us a little bit of an overview of the company for what you do for the viewers who may not be familiar?
Yeah, it's a great story, and it requires a little deeper dive to really understand it all because there's so much going on. And so messaging is very important. So as we always say, we're an innovator solution provider. We've been innovating for over a decade, and we have these technology sort of cornerstones that we then bring smart people around to do solutions for a whole bunch of different industries. So we're kind of like a think tank, except we do the work and we don't just sell things, we actually solve problems. And anyway, we're really active in air, water, earth, energy. And as an innovator, the idea is to find this cornerstone where you can create a solution that has a potential to be a disruptor in a market. I mean, that's the thesis, right? So everything we do has a chance to be a cutting edge solution that replaces incumbents and does a solution that otherwise is not available. And so very mission driven, high impact, focused on solutions that the world needs. Pretty good.
That was a great overview. I want to say this for the end. I was told to ask you about Poof. We will jump into that later in the conversation.
Sure, of course.
Let's talk about this. So thanks for the overview. I've heard a lot about PFAs lately.
Right.
And I know it's a big part of
is how you say it, PFAS. Yeah. Per and polyfluoral alkyl substances. Yeah. These are right. These are the nonstick. These are the chemistry. This chemistry, it's a fluorine compound, strong carbon bond that's used in nonstick coatings. Okay. So you think about nonstick coatings, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And they've been sold for over 50 years. They did kind of revolutionize industry in the world. They're in food, they're in food packaging, they're in water. But it turns out, unfortunately, that they're very small. They're called micropollutants. They in very small doses, they can do some harm, but they bioaccumulate. They last, quote, forever. That's why they call them forever chemicals, right? Forever. They last forever. Nature can't degrade them. Well, guess what? When we started this business, the inventor, Ken Code, our first inventor, we have a whole crew now. He says to me, whatever you do, don't mess with Mother Nature. Don't mess with Mother Nature. Well, PFAS kind of messes with Mother Nature. The nature didn't intend to have things that last forever. And so when you have these small pollutants, fluorine compounds that last forever, they can accumulate. Turns out when they accumulate, they're not so good for you, linked to birth defects and cancer. And so now this is the number one agenda item for the White House. It's extraordinarily high on the EPA list. People call it now the contaminant of the century, not the decade, the century. And there's sweeping reforms going on all over the world and major litigation. And so basically you got to get it out of the environment and manage it. You collect it, destroy it, get it out of the stuff that can harm people. And a lot of people, it started out, they say, oh, it's like a $500 million market. Oh, it's $3 billion. Oh, you know what it is now? $13 trillion.
Oh my gosh.
$13 trillion market. Yeah, it's going to go for decades. This is not an easy fix. It was sold for 50 years, might take 50 years to get it out of the environment. So from our perspective, we focus on how can we make an impact? And so about 3.5 years of R&D, we got our first customer. We're expert in the space and we're on a roll. So there you go. And
you kind of mentioned this. And so these sound like a major issue that cause long-term health effects. And I'm curious how BioLargo is jumping into the fray.
Yeah, so technically, right? So in the science community, the way they say that is they're linked. Yeah. Causation's a funny word, and it's super technical, right? So, but the bottom line is it ain't good for you. And litigation's out and regulatory's out, right? And regulatory, the noose of regulatory enforcement is tightening. And every time it tightens, it makes our value proposition go up. I mean, that's the key, right? So just last week, last Thursday or Friday, the EPA put out another pronouncement, a rule, suggestion for a rule. It'll go through a hearing process, right? And in that, they tightened the way that the waste stream is managed, the waste stream. So when you take the PFAS out, what do you do with it? Can you collect it? Can you destroy it? Where are you going to put it? Who's going to handle it? And what they've done is they're heading into this idea that each one of those collection sites is a hazardous waste product. Well, hazmat requires extraordinary handling, worker safety, work comp, collection, chronic exposure, disposal in the environment. And so basically, when you look at the pathway, the way that the regulations are enforcing, the cost of doing business in this space is going extraordinarily high. And so when we started over 3.5 years ago, our engineers have been doing remediation literally for 30 years, right? This is their whole career. And they said to me, look, whatever you do, focus on to be the most excellent collector you can be. Because if you can super concentrate the contaminant, then you can manage the disposal. But if you can't super concentrate, you have this massive waste stream. So one of our lead competitive edges in the marketplace is that we're the most excellent collector. So where a carbon system or an ion exchange might collect a truckload of carbon, 80,000 pounds, we have 2 pounds. 80,000 versus 2.
Wow.
So if handling waste is expensive, you'd rather dispose of 2 pounds than you would 80,000 pounds.
Yeah.
And so it's a massive value proposition. So we've been doing trials. We've done like 14 or so trials, just got our first build. And so what will happen is we'll go from early adopter stage now to mainstream. It's going to take a little bit of work, but from our perspective, it's now just a matter of time. We've got the invention, we've got the tools, we've got the standing, we're credible. Our financial prospects are rising up so dramatically.
Yeah.
And so we're in it to win it on that one. And ultimately, we'll partner this thing out all over the world. So we think we have a chance to be really a global footprint for a solution for the world.
And this is fascinating stuff. Obviously, you guys are making moves here. And I caught wind of what you've started a new branch called Best to focus on all your water tech. So what's the story behind that?
Equipment solutions. Yeah. Well, the idea is we have so much going on. We needed a spigot, a central point to manage the flow into the market. We've got partners, channel partners. We've got multiple solutions. It's got engineering and equipment. Yeah. And Tommy Chandler's taken over. She's a pro, been in the business 25 years. She knows everybody. She knows how to navigate. And so really it's a step in the maturing of a business ready to go out and conquer a market. Pretty cool.
It sounds fascinating. All of this, it seems like you're in it for the good of it. And like that what did you say?
No question. You know, the whole premise of we always say we make life better. Everybody always says, could you aim a little higher? You know, and it really, but what it does is it sets a tone for the business. You know, we always say, leave every customer better off no matter what happens. It's so simple. It's so simple and yet so hard to do. And we've stayed the course for an extraordinarily long time to now come to the marketplace with credible people, super smart, great innovation, a commitment to serve, big vision of impact. It's a combination that it recruits people, everybody gets excited about the business. And it's
so I guess I want to ask that, like with the mission, you have that mission, but with all the talks of new laws coming in to limit these, I bet things are getting busy for you all. What's coming down the pipeline regarding regulations that might boost business for Best?
Like this handling the waste stream, that's a big one. And it takes a while for all these rules to become fully enacted. But what happens is the handwriting's on the wall. So in the marketplace, this solution in particular for PFAS, forever chemicals, we can touch every source of water, including groundwater and soil. Okay, so groundwater, industrial wastewater, drinking water, firefighting foam related substances like in the water and the cleanup. It goes on and on and on. And so when you think about that, it leaves you with this thought of, you know, who don't you touch? Mm-hmm. Almost everybody. And anybody that uses water in any sort of system or has been around military bases or oil and gas industry, right? They all have PFAS. Okay, so the idea is that what we come to the market with is a solution that's the most excellent collector. And with an innovation, we can partner. So people say, how do you change the world? Well, you do it with great partners. Mm-hmm. So the idea is we become a tech support for a distribution system. People use our solution all over the world, and we can license, sell, support. And so what's going to happen is the noose of regulatory is continuing to enforce. We're scaling up at the same time, scaling up production and market presence. And we see adoption, and all of a sudden somebody says, hey, it really works. We say, well, we know it works. Now you know it works. That's the trick, right? We got to convince people that they're confident. And as that confidence happens, our numbers just escalate so fast. And we've demonstrated that with like our success in Poof. That's a great example.
I will get into that. I do want to talk about your numbers that you mentioned. Yeah. So there's something else, these numbers. 2023 saw 2 times the revenue of 2022.
Yeah, 2 years in a row over 100% growth. We think it's going to continue, right? We believe so. in the business model, we're often reliant upon partners to do what they say they're going to do, right? Because we don't control the whole distribution system. As we achieve critical mass and we have more distribution points, we can better forecast, right? We're growing into that sort of opportunity. But we look at Poof, and Poof has taken a position, a clear position that they'll grow 20% quarter over quarter. Well, they had a huge impact on the company last year, and it's going to do the same thing this year. So they're on a tear. I mean, that product's going hot. And then on the engineering side, we look at it and we say, we'd like to get about $10 million worth of contracts under contract. That doesn't always mean revenue, because you get prepaid, you have work in progress and all this stuff. But that's a nice impact. So we came in the year just over 12 million, higher than esteemated, 100% over the last year plus. Our numbers are going to surprise everybody when we finally publish here in a few weeks. Our periodic reporting will be due March 31st, right? So we got a little bit of time. So we got auditors busy and closing the books and all that, but the numbers are most excellent. And what we're watching is the revenue's climbing, but our overhead is not. And so now, right, as these assets find their way to market, we achieve a threshold of revenue in which there's a lot of free cash flow. Oh man, free cash flow. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's awesome. Right. So, and it's taken a long time to get here. It took a lot of money, a lot of patience. And so now we're anxious to really create value for our stockholders, see these things really mushroom into the giants that they're intended to be. So
excited to see those numbers come out in a couple of weeks. But going back, you mentioned Poof. We haven't got into what it is. Can you give us a little bit of a descriptor?
Well, so gosh, eight years ago, we started an odor and VOC company. So that's air quality, taking out odors. And we have this incredible chemistry that just is so wonderful, because it's an oxidizer and it's safe. It's safe on people, pets, and the planet, as Poof would say. And so with our industrial success, a consumer-oriented company came to us and said, hey, we think you got $1 billion product. We said, yeah, we do too, right? How do you do that though, right? How do you get to that? It's hard to do. So they came and said, let's do a deal. So we said, okay, let's do a deal. We'll go do the pet space, and if you'll supply us. I said, we'll supply you. We'll make a little money. We'll do a little royalty, and we'll give you exclusive if you give me a piece of the action, right? A piece of the equity of the brand. Okay, so about now, a year and a half, year and 3/4 ago, it launched. Well, this last year, they're in over 20,000 stores. It's gonna go to double. It's gonna double that this year. We've got I think they've got about 30 national retail accounts now. It's a huge direct-to-consumer product. And if you haven't seen the infomercial, it's all over the TV. This is Poof, right? And safe for people, pets, and the planet. And what it does, the chemistry is so astonishing, because it's a breakdown chemistry. When it goes to an organic material, it chemically breaks it down. And it does so effectively that it allows for the claim complete odor elimination.
Nice.
And so that was the gap in the market, right? That was the gap. And so, of course, you got to use it right. So if anybody doesn't have success, we always say, well, wait a minute, slow down, because it has to work, because the chemistry is foolproof. Okay. So you have to deliver. Anyway, but it is just blowing it out, and it's generating significant revenue growth and, of course, free cash flow that's allowing us to support all of the expense for R&D, to launch these additional technologies. I mean, it's creating this engine that can fuel the company. And, of course, we expect on the exit, we always say it wouldn't surprise us to see an exit opportunity north of 100 million, just so you get an order of magnitude for BioLargo. And so we're heading that direction.
Well, as far as Poof goes, I have 2 cats. I will definitely be on the lookout for that. You kind of sold me on it during the conversation.
So there's a bunch: Amazon, Chewy, right? Walmart. I mean, it's all over now. It's now at Home Depot, Ace, True Value. I mean, you can find it. It's out there. And of course, Amazon's easy. So reach out to Poof, P-O-O-P-H.
And I will say, so going back to the topic at hand, this is my last question for you, hot topic question. So we're talking about PFAs. It makes me wonder, what's next? Are there any other chemicals that we should be watching out for? Something that could be
emerging contaminants? Well, the EPA publishes a list of what they call emerging contaminants. And when they say emerging, what they're saying is the science is finding them to be not so good. Emerging, it's an emerging risk. And unfortunately, in the history of the United States, those lists are the EPA is diligent. They do a great job. They're diligent about protecting the constituents, the consumers. Yeah. but the way they measure is how many people get hurt. And so it's really interesting because industry needs to take a position, right, as a goal to produce safe things. I mean, come on, make safe things. Don't make toxic things. And so in this case, PFAS went through 20 years of litigation and massive, the largest tort reform in the history of the United States, was just one case was settled for $10.2 billion. And they're just getting started. So there's a huge regulatory and legal implication of what was done. And in many cases, the cases are showing that the companies knew that they were producing really harmful stuff. Okay, so is there any more? Yeah, there's a bunch out there. Go to the EPA list and do an internet search, EPA emerging contaminant list. I mean, there's 32 of them. I mean, it's crazy. So from our perspective, we have solutions for a lot of those things. As an innovator, one of the lessons we've learned, and it's so easy to say and so hard to do, is you got to get where the wind's in your back. Because if you got a headwind, you just can't do it. You never have enough money. And so while there's a list of 32 emerging contaminants, the tailwind's not in your back yet. And until there's a push, right, until there's something that's going to blow the wind so that people can invest capital to bring solutions for those, which is really driven by regulatory, right? I mean, that's just the way it works. And so for us, looking a little bit down the road, being ready, waiting for the wind to get in your back, and then pounce, go to market when you can seize that opportunity to actually make an impact. That's really the testimony of our journey. I mean, we've been extraordinarily patient. This PFAS solutions now almost 4 years of work, and we're just landing our first customers. I mean, it's not for the faint of heart, but we knew that this was going to be a global problem, and we got in the center of it, and we prepared, and now we're seeing the fruit of that investment.
Well, I think that's actually a really good point to leave off on. I just want to say, Dennis, thank you so much for your time. And I think, is there anything else that you maybe want to add to this conversation we haven't gone over?
Well, just watch the company. We've got a whole portfolio. We've got a medical company, we've got an energy company. They're all coming to market, and they all have a similar chance to go from obscurity to significance in a blink. And we think that's what'll happen. We think all the assets are going to find a home. And the key, of course, is getting the best partners you can and staying the course. And our financial prospects as a company are rising up so fast. And as we get critical mass, right, as they say, a rising tide raises all ships. Well, all those ships at BioLargo are raising up. I mean, it's incredible. And so the opportunities are so endless now because we've created such a diverse portfolio that people say you got multiple shots on goal. And I say, yeah, we're going to knock them all in. I mean, it's not maybe. We're going to do it. So pretty cool.
Dennis, again, thank you. This seems like for the good of the people, and I really appreciated talking to you. But yeah, I hope to talk soon too.
Yeah, go BioLargo. Thanks.
Bye. All right. Well, that wraps up the deep dive into the world of water purification and the role that BioLargo plays in it. So to the viewers, thank you so much for tuning in to Benzinga's All Access. Stay informed, stay curious, and keep an eye out on the horizon for the next big thing in technology and business. Until next time, take care and keep pushing boundaries.